So are apps on your cell phone the answer to trading right? I don't believe that, but there are apps that I use on a daily basis that I believe help me trade better, and these apps could help you as well to improve your trading, or at least stay consistent with what you do on a daily basis. What's up traders, welcome back to Bangkok in Thailand. Today I want to share with you basically the 3 apps that I think you should use, and these are not going to be like common apps everyone uses or everyone talks about, because I don't believe doing the same thing as everyone else is the way to succeed. So what I want to share with you today are apps that I use every single day, or at least every single week, and that make a big difference in my trading. Not just because of the result, but also because of the clarity, the peace of mind, and the improvement I have in my trading. So I'll try to put away the obvious things like your Trello platform, like everyone has that of course, and I don't want to advocate trading on your cell phone because I think you can make more mistakes doing that. So what I want to share with you today are apps that will help you grow and become better, but are not focused on just placing trades on your cell phone. The first app I would like to mention is called Trello. Trello is an app that I use to make my trading journal, and I use it mostly online, but if I'm on the go and I want to look at my trades and my journal, I can look at it on my cell phone. And basically what Trello does is it's a list of board, and you can just like put your trades in different categories. I classify my trade into different aspects, so like is it a good trade, a bad trade, a winning trade, losing trade, and I can put tags on these trades to know what kind of setup they are, and I can put even a screenshot of the trade, which is really cool because you can look at all your trades on the go like this with a nice screenshot, and that makes a huge difference. So really an app that I recommend. I know there's other platforms that do this now that have like this board platform, but Trello is free, and so I wanted to use it, and I use the free version. You can use the free version. I'll put a link below for that if you want. I don't get paid for that at all. It's just a free link, and you can have your journal there if you want. If you are a visual person like me, that's going to help you a lot, and that's going to make a big difference. The second app that I use that makes a big difference is called Omvana. It's an app that I use to meditate. They have a bunch of different meditation there. Some are paid, some are free. I tend to use a free one because they work well. There's one in particular that I really like, and I told my student to use it as well. It's called the 6-phase meditation, and it's kind of like a mix of visualization and meditation at the same time. And for me, it works pretty well. It's something that I used like 5 years ago when I was learning to trade and when I was hoping to get freedom, and apparently it works. So you can use it if you want. It's free also to download and to use, and I think it's really good to meditate. There's a lot of other apps to meditate if you want. Meditation helps you kind of go into trading with a calm mindset and a calm mind, and that can make a big difference. So that's one that I use, that I recommend. You can use whichever one you want. Headspace I've used in the past, works well too. Omvana is the one that I like the most so far, but you can pick whatever you want and just go ahead and use it on a daily basis. And by the way, before I forget, one thing to note is a lot of people try to meditate in the morning, and that's fine. What I found that works best is to meditate at the right time. So what works best for me is like after a workout, after exercising. Meditation works best there because I'm in a calm mindset and it just flows better. So you can do it whenever you want, but just after exercise is the best way to go, I think. Finally, I was tempted to recommend MT4 or TradingView on your smartphone. I just believe that everyone has that, so that's not really kind of a plus. These are apps you can use to place trades or to look at your charts, and I recommend both of them, TradingView and MT4. But one more is going to make a big difference, I think, that people won't really talk about, is Audible. Because I believe the fact that if you want to grow and become better, you need to read books and you need to go across the stories of people that have been trading before you and that have been able to succeed. And so Audible is a way to kind of get audiobooks. I've talked about this in the past. I'll link below a video on the best audiobooks you should get as a trader that you should read and go through. And let's just say that you're short on time, then there's another app that I use that makes a big difference called Blinkist. And that's an app where they kind of condense a whole book into a few kind of pages that you can read and go through. And this is kind of the condensed version of a book, which if you're on the go, if you're short on time, you want to read books and get the lessons, then that summarizes all the lessons and you're able to kind of use them and grow and become better. So either you pick Audible or Blinkist, you can choose, and those are the apps that I use. So leave me in the comment below which app you prefer and which app helps you become a better trader, or which app helps you stay on your game. I would love to check them out, and I'll catch you back here in the next video. Ciao.